Growing up in Canada, it was easy to love the Montreal Canadiens. And even though Ian Laperriere liked playing other sports, something always took him back to the ice.
Did you know right away that he was special?
No, no, no. To play hockey?
Yeah.
No, 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 no. We never thought. Even when he was drafted junior, I didn't want to go. I said, come on, you know, he was a good player, but for maybe we believe it when he was junior, and when he was drafted, that it could happen.
So this is it. This is the downstairs, obviously.
Yeah, that's. I love that. I mean, my kids come down here, after school. Tristan usually asks his brother, "Let's go down, let's play hockey," and he wants his little brother to be the goalie all the time. And you're upstairs, and you're one cry, the other one's like, "Oh, you're okay," and it's kind of funny. It reminds me of
real pucks.
Yeah, no, don't play with real pucks. It's Tristan. He put his pucks there, and it's funny in the playoffs. He's got his playoff spot.
Oh,
Puck. I mean, with Minnesota Wild.
Now, what about you? I mean, you started skating when you were 5
Yeah.
and playing when you were 7. But most people, I mean, you hear John Elway or you hear Reggie Jackson. I mean, you're all about Guy Carbonneau.
Yeah, Guy Carbonneau is my idol. He's one of those guys who I look up. Growing up, and my dad I was the captain of my junior team, and when I got named captain, my dad kind of cut an article about Guy Carbonneau. He had an article in the paper saying what it means to him being captain on and off the ice, and my dad put that on my pillow and was like, read that, be a good example for you, and it's the responsibility to wear the C, and it's something I took pride of, and it was, I look up to him all his career, and I was lucky enough, my first year in St. Louis, he signed there as a free agent, and I played with Guy, and I didn't get disappointed at all. Sometimes your idol, you don't want to meet them because they might turn out to be different people. Right. But Carbo was exactly what I expected.
Now in juniors, I mean, you had a pretty amazing. We were laughing about it. 378 points.
Just ask my teammates. I talk about them.
I was
junior
say,
days.
Now, are you telling people? Look at my stats.
I had 10 points in one game, and I make sure I tell them. Did you see my junior stats? Especially the young guys. They haven't heard my stories yet. I take them for lunch, and we sit down and we talk about that.
Yeah,
makes me feel good.
The Memorial Cup, though. Yeah. I mean, it was an awesome opportunity for you guys. You didn't win, but that experience was.
That was a big deal. I was 16 years old. I was a kid. I mean, I had a straight nose, believe it or not, and I'm sure my mom said that, I wasn't born with a crooked nose, and it was a great experience. It was back home in Quebec City, and we did lose. It was bad about that, but when you're 16, you just, bring everything in, and you'll never forget that.
You've been around the league a little bit. It started out for you in St. Louis, and you had the big stint in L.A., and that was important. I think it was 8 seasons or 8 years, and that's what happened there was amazing. The awards that you won there. What stands out for you being in LA? I mean, what's your most memorable moment?
I don't know. It was great. I had a great time. All those 8 years there, my wife was there for half of it because my wife's a pharmacist. She finished school back home and she met me halfway through. But LA was great. I mean, it's the sunshine, the beach, and everything was something you don't find anywhere else. But it was great, especially hockey-wise. I started in St. Louis. The next year I got traded. I played half of the season in St. Louis, got traded to the Rangers, and that year I got traded to LA. And I'm like, am I going to get traded twice like that every year? But I was fortunate enough to be in LA a long time, and it was great. I kind of established myself as an NHL player up there, and I owe them a lot. They helped me a lot in my career.
It's funny because then you come to the Avalanche, and that's how everybody, all these fans, they know you, Ian Laperriere, and they love you. And your first year, I mean, you have your career year. I know. Your best points. I mean,
it went downhill from there.
Well, you come in here and you're just rock solid, and it's to watch a career take off like that is amazing. But for your kids, I'm curious when they see Daddy come home, and I mean, Ian, you've been in some pretty big.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
do they say
tough. I won't lie to you. That's the toughest part right now, especially with Tristan being 6. Zach, he's there because his brother asked the question, but Tristan, asked fighting. Why do you fight, Daddy? And it's tough. I think it's tough, especially when my kids are asking me that, and when little kids come up to me, I like you because you fight. It kind of twists me the wrong way. It's one thing I do because I know there's time and place somebody needs to do that, and you know, it's to defend one of your teammates or to change the tempo of the game, bring some energy in the crowd for your teammates. You know, it's when you're 20, it's more you know, you want to show that you're tough. You know, you want to show the league that you're tough. But when you're 35, you pick your spot. You do it for the right reason, and it kind of drives me nuts. Sometimes the message that goes out there, it's more like he likes to do it. Right. I don't like to do it. You know, I better score goals. That 21 goal season was a lot more fun than 23 majors last year. You know, and I think that it's tough for me right now as a parent to explain that to my 6-year-old. But he's good. He's repeating what I'm telling him. I don't know, I'm not sure he's realizing that, but he knows if you ask Tristan that, he's going to be like he's protecting his teammates, and hopefully it's going to, you know, he's going to get it one.
Are you still having a blast? Are you loving it?
I love it. Like, you know what, it's I'm going to play as long as I can, and I told my wife that. I'm like, you know what, I'm not ready to retire. You know, it's a game I love, and you look at Claude Lemieux. You know, he came back at 43, not for the money, because I think he's all right in that regard. It's more like he missed a game, and you only live once, and you know, I'll play as long as I can, because you know, you don't know what's going to happen after. And like I said, you got one life to live, and I'm going to enjoy as much as I can in my hockey life, I guess.
Up next, we go behind all of the armor, Laperriere's heart in the community, plus Ian's battle with losing his father to cancer.